Rejoice, everyone. We're back with another Sekhie Reacts to Fate. This week, Sitonai, also Louhi, also kind of Freya.
So are they two different characters, or...?
This video has changed dramatically from when it was first scheduled.
Because it was originally scheduled as just Sitonai.
But it was always going to have Louhi and Freya. But now we have both Sitonai and then a separate Louhi servant as well, who's already going to have to be covered in this video.
Oh, okay. Well, the good thing here is that we know next to nothing specific about Sitonai or Louhi. So most of the work here is being carried by Freya for me.
Which is the one that's the least important for me.
Exactly, which means I have a very easy day. So I guess we'll get started with Sitonai. An Ainu heroine who slayed a great snake. Once upon a time, there was a cave in the mountains, the Aikawa Mountains, and there was a giant serpent that demanded from the village below a sacrifice of maidens. Once a year, on the 15th day of the 8th month, they had to send a maiden to the cave's opening. After 9 years of sacrificing children, during the 10th year, the youngest of 6 daughters of the village chief, Sitonai, who was 12 or 13, volunteered to be the next sacrifice. Sometimes it's said that she's the 9th sacrifice, sometimes she's the 10th, but she is the youngest of her sisters, and somewhere between 12 and 15. So she takes a makiri knife and her hunting dog, and goes to the cave. Along her way, she hunts a deer and a bear and acquires meat. Then she decides to bait a trap for the snake outside of its cave, and she waits, hidden, for the snake to exit. When it comes out under the light of the full moon and begins to swallow them, she orders her dog to attack as it bites into the occupied throat, during which time she takes the makiri that she brought with her and finishes it off. She then enters the cave to gather the remains of all of the previous sacrifices for burial, lamenting about the weakness of the girls before her. She then returns to the village with the gathered bones of her predecessors. The village lived peacefully for a long time after this, and the local people celebrated and enshrined the Hakuryu Daigongen, the white dragon great gongen, inside of the cave. This mountain shrine was then linked to the sighting of White Dragon rising to the heavens, when a monk later started practicing at the beginning of the cave in the Meiji era. That's really it.
Like, that's just the full story. Then.
Yeah, like, Sitonai bravely took a knife and her hunting dog and went to hunt down that which had plagued her village for a decade.
No, it's not like this is a small story, by the way. This is actually, I'm pretty sure, it's a well-known story. Like,
yeah, it's massively famous.
This is like Japan's dragon-slaying myth.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the Ainu dragon-slaying myth, yeah.
But, yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Like, that badass of Sitonai. Speaking of other badasses, Louhi. Well, badass, but also, like, not a good person, right? So this actually comes from the Kalevala. So we kind of leave the Ainu and northern Japan and move around the world to Finland. And the Kalevala, which is another epic that I have a copy of and I've read. And then potentially a character who has been long considered to be a sort of alter ego of Loviatar, the goddess. But Louhi herself is a evil witch queen that ruled over the northern realm of Pohjola, right? And she was the main antagonist of Vanamoinen, and in the battle for the Sampo of the Kalevala. She has a bunch of beautiful daughters, and throughout the legends surrounding her in the Kalevala, multiple heroes attempt to win the hands of her daughters. She sets them difficult and impossible tasks to perform in order to claim the prize, which eventually leads to the forging of the Sampo in folklore. And just to touch on that, I think Loviatar is a goddess of death and disease, and the mother of all wolves and the ruler of the underworld in Finnish mythology. So like, two very different characters. I mean, we have the heroine defeating the evil snake, and then we practically have the snake. I mean, not actually the snake, but I mean like the person trying to go against all of the heroes.
What's the Sampo, if you know?
The Sampo is a magical device that brings good fortune and riches to he who holds it. So it's just a creation that when you possess it, you will have great riches and wealth and be very blessed. It's not a weapon. Yeah. I guess it's sort of kind of like a cornucopia in Greek mythology. I don't know if you know about...
Yeah.
Yeah, like the cornucopias that Demeter gives out that are always full. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then obviously I already referenced Freya with the hitching up my cats to pull our chariot so that we could arrive here.
Nobody's gonna get that hint, by the way.
Really?
It's because Freya is like the least important part of the set we're doing today. So no, people are gonna be like, oh, what? Because people are gonna think about, if people are looking at hints for what we're doing, they're gonna be looking at for Sitonai or Louhi. No one's gonna be looking for Freya.
No one's gonna connect
Freya's
Freya
the
with
least
Sitonai and
expanded
Louhi?
on part that we have for today.
But if she's connected and you figure out it's Freya, because there's very few people...
Oh, if you could figure out it's Freya, yeah, but are they gonna know to look?
It's pretty famous that she rides a chariot pulled by cats.
Well, we'll see.
It's literally one of the most important parts of her mythology.
We'll see.
There are actually myths about people trying to steal these cats and being punished by her.
We'll see.
I'm
I'm
saying.
not sure that a lot of people know that Freya's even involved in fate that much.
Oh, that's fair. Well,
so, like, a Norse mythology buff might get it, but your average fate fan absolutely won't get it.
Well, alright. So, Freya is our Norse Aphrodite. It's not a perfect comparison, right? Well, I'm not saying that they're actually equivalent, but this is goddess of beauty, sex, war, magic, fertility, like, you know, one of those goddesses, you know what I mean? Freya has a twin brother, Freyr, and she is a member of the Vanir, not the Aesir. So, Norse mythology, there's technically sort of like two sets of deities that belong to multiple different races, but technically the Aesir and the Vanir are two different races of people. So Freya and Freyr are part of sort of the Norse pantheon, but they are not of the Aesir. Freya rules in Folkvangr, where she receives those who die in battle that don't go to Valhalla. So she's the other half of those who die in battle. Which is, I think, pretty fucking cool. You know what I mean? Because you've got the goddess of, like, beauty, fertility, sex, and war. Like, if you don't go to Valhalla, you go to Folkvangr if you died in battle. Which is fucking awesome. She also often sort of assists other deities when it comes to love and fertility by lending them her cloak. Which also has like various people chasing her down in mythology. She's mentioned in both the poetic and prose Eddas as well as the Heimskringla, and several other sagas and stories throughout both traditional Scandinavian folklore and modern Scandinavian folklore and the works of different skalds. There's some discussion as to whether Freya and Frigg or Frigga, the Germanic goddess, have a common origin point. And a lot of people do think that they are relatively connected, but there's no certainty on whether or not they have the same origin. She's also been connected often to the Valkyries, because they choose the slain on the battlefield to escort them to the halls of Valhalla, and, you know, presumably Folkvangr, because if you're not going to Valhalla, but you're still dying on the battlefield, you gotta go somewhere, and you're not going to Helheim, because Helheim is not for people who died in battle. Then you go to Folkvangr. But you said it's not that important.
You can go, this is your chance, though, if you want to say your piece on Freya.
I love Freya. Freya's so fun. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite things. So there's a myth about Loki and Freya, right? So Loki in the Lokasana, right? Loki accuses almost every single woman who's attending a party with him, saying that they are all unfaithful and promiscuous, right? And Freya's there, and she is not happy, right? So Freya says that Loki is insane, and she knows the fate of everyone, but she does not say that. She claims him to be a liar, and he calls her a malicious witch, where he said and then he conjures an image of her like riding on top of her brother. So they basically just have like a verbal and magic pissing match in the middle of this like party over which one of them is like more perverted and weird than the other. And I kind of love that for her. Like, the Lokasana is really fun to read. Also, you remember the story where Loki and Thor have to fool the Jotun by dressing Thor up as a woman, like as Freya, because they're like, if you marry Freya to me, I will give you this item, right? And so they dress Thor up as Freya. Well, it's using Freya's own cloak to dress Thor up as Freya. Which is, I think, absolutely hilarious. Like, she's around in, like, so many fun stories, like, on the side, or just happening to be the person that they need to get something from. That is, so she's got these 2 giant cats that she hitches to her chariot, and they pull her around. Like, I want 2 chariot-pulling cats. Like, can you imagine Peachy pulling a chariot?
No.
Oh, it would be fantastic. It would be amazing.
I can't imagine that cat doing very much physical, to be honest.
Freya also takes part in the birth of Sleipnir, because the builder in that story also wants Freya as his bride, and the sun, and the moon. And then, Loki gets himself impregnated by the Jotun's horse, Svadilfari, to give birth to Sleipnir.
Doesn't a lot of that end up spiraling out into Ragnarok?
Loki's children are little... Loki's children. Loki's children, in general, are just their own sort of...
problem?
Yeah. But we're not talking about Loki's children right now. But yeah, okay. I love Freya. She's so much fun. She's just everywhere. Like the gossiping old aunt who's always involved in everything and is somehow super cool. Mm-hmm. That's what Freya is to Norse mythology. She's everywhere all the time. And remember, she knows exactly what's going to happen because she can see the future. And she still lets this bullshit play out.
More power to her, I guess.
Yeah. So, I think Sitonai is maybe like a saber or a lancer, like something physical.
No, and I honestly didn't. Outside of maybe the context clues of the fact that I gave you such a disparate, disconnected set of characters, yeah. I didn't expect you to maybe get the class.
Caster?
Alter ego.
You know what? That makes sense. You've got other shit baked in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She's also a pseudo-servant into Ilia.
She's so cute. What the fuck? Oh my, look at her little bear! Oh my god. Oh my god, she's so cute. What the fuck? Oh my god. I'm assuming that the patterns on her clothing and a lot of her clothing are reference to traditional Finnish clothing, as well as Ainu, like a combination of the two.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, because I think, if I remember correctly, this like traditional like geometric patterning is very common in traditional clothing. I could be wrong, but that's what I think it is. She's so fucking cute, though. What the fuck?
So, obviously, this time we have Ilia acting as an alter ego servant with the components of Sitonai, Freya, and Louhi.
Okay.
Sitonai is pretty firmly Fate Stay Night Ilia, with all the memories that come with it. She remembers the good and the brutal death in UBW. The polar bear is the hound Sitonai brought with her to kill the serpent.
Okay.
It was turned into a polar bear by
Because
the influence of Freya and Louhi.
I was going to say, with the Kalevala, you go up to Finland and you're going to find a whole lot more like polar bears.
Ilia has taken it upon herself to name the polar bear Shiro. She was involved in 2 major situations with Chaldea. The first was the Norse Lost Belt, where she was summoned by the world to allow Freya's aspect to try dealing with Skadi. Skadi would avoid killing her, but would imprison her for much of the Lost Belt. The other incident was a Halloween incident. Here, Liz had come across the Einsburn stash of Rheingold. For context, in case you don't remember, the Einsburns have shit luck because they are funded by the cursed gold that Fafnir guarded. So, this time the world summoned Sitonai for the Ilia vessel to deal with Liz that was corrupted into being a Fafnir.
Yeah.
Taking special advantage of the fact that Sitonai is also considered a dragon slayer by fate because of the parallels between the serpent and
because
traditional dragon stories.
Yeah, because with the Ainu story, the slaying of the snake is kind of compared to the slaying of the Orochi, right? And with that you've got, and also remember the cave is to the dragon, right?
Yeah.
The white dragon that rises. So you've got a lot of draconic parallels there. Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's Ilia. I could tell you the personality is Ilia. She's in the pilot seat.
That's fair. Oh my god, she's on top of the bear.
I could give you a spiel on Ilia, but you've seen all the movies and all the anime at this point.
Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. Not good with cats. I think something in me just died. Something in me just died, Knick-Knack. Oh. Oh.
I didn't even know he would do that.
I did not either.
He didn't do it again for some reason.
I think it was when I had it selected. Okay. Anyways, as expected, Berserker is strong. Aww. Okay, I'm the assassin. Who is that hooded assassin? No, never mind. He must be someone who never came face to face with his fate. I wonder which one is more cruel end to him. Okay. I just saw a really beautiful person. I wonder what heroic spirit she is. She was wearing a formal white mage's dress, and she had a crown on, and she was very... maybe a kind of sexy-ish big sister kind of person. She's definitely the sort I can admire and want to be like someday. Oh, it's cute. Pseudo-servants of Babylonian and Indian goddesses. I see. Those 2 were summoned as well. So, which one is more your type, master? Out of those? Kama and Parvati. Or Eshkagol in third. What?
No. Okay, look, I didn't actually give any response that should have opened up a what question. I don't know why you asked what, but now that you mention it, it's funny you pick the 2 Sakuras when typically Rin is your go-to.
I know!
Oh! I didn't even notice that.
They say everyone has 3 people in the world that resemble them, but mister, you don't look a little alike. It's more like you're twins. Your form is the same as back in the day, but what's filling it is all old man. How funny. The heroic spirit of wrought iron, a nameless guardian. Huh? Of course he's here. After all, humanity's in trouble. Wait a minute. Doesn't he look weird? Where is his signature red coat? Don't tell me Shiro turned into a delinquent. Okay. I don't have any memories from the Lost Belt, but I suppose this is the second time we met. From now on, we'll be working together. Right, Skahak Skadi? Okay. I'm disappointed that you formed a contract with that guy. Who, you ask? That archer. Who else? Ugh, I have this urge to rip his heart out. I want to ambush him so I can hear him shout something like, "You bastard!" I just saw the more brazen, but also genuine king of heroes. Wait a minute. He seems different. Don't tell me he's actually a useful heroic spirit when he becomes honest. Aww. Master, I just saw an outrageous servant. I can tell just by looking that she's not to be trifled with. I have a feeling I'll never be able to beat her no matter what. That cat must be a powerful god summoned as a servant. She's not a cat, a jaguar, and I know her? Now that you mention it, that face does look familiar. It's Jaguar Man! Jesus. Okay.
So Sitonai uses a multitude of arms. Swords, bows, lances, fists, and obviously polar bear. Though both Freya and Ilia's uniquely strong magic circuits, she's able to use powerful magecraft as well. Mm-hmm. And as an odd ability tied specifically to the host being Ilia, Sitonai is capable of just summoning Ilia's berserker Heracles as a giant guard capable of blocking even Surtur. Her final means of attack is the ability to quickly freeze targets in her surrounding area, using presumably like Louhi and Freya again, I'd assume.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright, that all makes sense. Let's see. Snow Fairy. Alright, emotional freezing. Kamui Yuktar. Okay. Crimson Gold. Yeah, Crying Crimson from the Freya myths. Alright, so we've got 2 noble phantasm. Oputatake Shike Okimumpe and Poyola Thimble.
So, the first one, I'm not even going to try pronouncing this.
Okay.
This comes from Louhi. The bear was Louhi's idea. She said a small hunting dog wouldn't be fit as a goddess's noble phantasm, and Freya went along with it, coming to the agreement.
Mm-hmm.
The bear is constantly active, with Sitonai being able to adapt at fighting on top of it, especially when she's using a bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm. Comments from Illustrator. I was right. The outfit is based off of Ainu traditional clothing.
So for the second noble phantasm there, the Pojola Thimble,
mm-hmm.
Sitonai can use Louhi's power to call forth a freezing cold imaginary landscape that envelops the nearby area.
Okay, yeah. Alright. Same character designer: Arash, Caligula, Hector, Kyohime, Medusa, Sitonai, Locusta, and Otohime Kyohime.
You've seen all of them.
Except for Rob, Wag, and Winky.
Those are original characters.
Exactly. Anyways, but yeah, okay, so yes, traditional Ainu clothing. So I was a little off when I said Finnish, but I figured it was inspired by either the Ainu or Finnish traditional clothing that was part of her design. Okay. She's so cute. It doesn't feel like 1080. I do like that the optimal attack here is just bear, go. You know? You know what it reminds me a little bit of?
What?
Golden Compass.
A little bit. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I love the bear. She's so cute. Oh look, I've been impaled. What is this?
So that's a placeholder image while I go over something real quickly. So some viewers may be wondering, because I've hinted at it before, and I've talked about it on stream a little bit, but we're covering Ilia, right? So where's the Prisma characters? And they were originally going to be here. Like right here in this very spot where we were talking about them now. But you may have noticed Sekhie, because at this point the Prisma Ilia manga review has come up, and Sekhie liked the Prisma Ilia manga. So, and we have another servant to cover that we didn't before when this was originally planned. So I made the executive decision to put a delay on the Prisma girls. We'll cover them either in updates if Sekhie gets sick of reading the manga, or partway into the third series, since there's no way in hell that this ends up being there's no way in hell that we end up doing the full series all at once for the part 3 and off the shelf. Okay, enough of that now. What we have now is just Louhi.
Okay. Stop kicking the desk. I can see the camera shaking. Oh my god, she's adorable. What the fuck? Oh my god, she's adorable. Look at the little gnome sprite things. Oh my god. Still adorable. Oh, there's not more? Oh, she's very new.
Goes right into the sprites.
Yeah. It wouldn't click through to this, though. It's so cute. Oh. She's so cute. Look at her. Okay.
Oh, there was one last sprite.
Yeah, I know.
So, Louhi Berserker here made her first appearance extremely recently in the first of 2 Christmas events in FGOJP last year. The reason she has the 2 younger forms is that it's likely that her daughters were folded into her as well. So, the version of Louhi in... So, you have the 2 daughters, and then the actual Louhi is the final ascension.
Like, yeah, so Louhi is the evil queen, the 2 daughters are the good... Okay.
Yeah. The version of Louhi in Sitonai is a version of Louhi that is conflated as the goddess Loviatar, which Fate says eventually degraded into the witch Louhi, like goddesses tend to do in Fate. She's normally very loving and maternal, but has an evil nature that under her surface that gives something of a temper to her when she gets triggered.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, we have some relationships. Yeah, Vanamoinen. Okay, Cersei. A hawk witch is here as well. A great witch who makes barley congee. She really wants a pigsty and lends people all kinds of wisdom. How do I say this? She's quite No, it's nothing. Yep, hang in there. If it's barley, Louhi's specialty is brewing beer. During a feast, I'd brew enough to fill a lake. You can leave preparations for a celebration to Louhi. Okay. These little ones are the Tontu, fairies who help out at Louhi's residence. They work very hard, which is of great help to me. However, it's quite troubling that in Chaldea, whenever they see one of the Jolupuki, those Santa imitations, they follow them and go off somewhere. The Tontu have Pakanen, the fairies of cold frost, mixed in with them as well, so be careful, son-in-law. Your fingers will end up turning black like salmiakki and get plucked off. That jewel-loving goddess Ishtar was her name, I think. She's quite decent. She fires a great gander since she puts her back into it. If you don't amass a solid amount of grudges on a daily basis, you won't be able to let loose such a heavy blow. It's a bit scary. Voy, there's a Louhi inside Sitonai too? Interesting. She also has an Otso, a bear. Otso are nice, aren't they? Still, you see, when I sent a bear elder I was good friends with to give that old fart a good talking to, they ended up getting eaten by him completely, which turned into a small trauma for me. Ugh, that damn Vanamoinen. Ooh, Estrella. So the one she is possessing is one of the so-called people of Kalewa, a daughter of Suomi. In that case, to the mistress of Pohjola, Louhi, she should be called my enemy rather than my brethren. Well, to show deference to son-in-law, if it's just drinking coffee together, I can put up with that much, I guess. Of course, if she wants to start posturing as the righteous and challenges me to a fistfight, I'll take her any day, you know? I don't know, man. I think I might bet on Estrella. Galatea, she's quite the big deal, an ivory statue that managed to come to life. I am reminded of the doll bride the smith Ilmarinen made out of gold and silver. Though that one remained a cold and stiff statue, and even Ilmarinen's face was soaked in tears, going, why did it end up like this? Even though he acts like that, the guy was a master of his craft that made a sampo, and well, he was also Louhi's son-in-law once, so I don't really want to say bad things about him, but there was a time when he got mad and turned my daughter into a seagull, and he also went and made a collar that could capture this Louhi. He is an outrageous psycho bastard. Ah, how scary. Okay.
So, Louhi is very powerful in magecraft, because witch. She is able to manipulate the sun, moon, and weather with her powers, and can summon 3 different familiars. These include an eagle named Koko, the dwarves named Tontu, and a sea monster named Teresas. But also she fights physically using a pickaxe and a sickle.
Good for her.
Her sampo, should she have it, will also bring good fortune to its holder.
Okay. Alright. Calamities of the North. Yeah. Louhi assists the blind maiden Loviatar. Yeah, the 9 plagues. Remember that conundrum of ruin. Okay, so Polaris circulation is noble phantasm.
Louhi calls the sampo and uses it to create a bounded sphere with a starry sky divided by a globe. She transforms herself into a giant eagle called a Koko and cloaks herself in an aura that assaults all her nearby enemies.
Okay. And then it's the only character they've done for FGO.
Brand new then.
However, they are one of the artists that did Fate Grail League, and they did a bunch of characters for Fate Grail League.
We'll probably see more out of them in the future. This is a new artist for FGO then.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Oh, widescreen. Oh my god, it's a giant walrus. Teresa's. I love it. I love it. Fucking wasps. Weird wasp things. I hate them. I hate them. She's so cute. Both of these servants are so cute, Knick-Knack. Oh my god, that walrus has tentacles. Did you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Firebird. And the sun. And the moon. Just...
She's part of the same event that brought us the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Oh, okay. I love Sugar Plum Fairy. I love the just chucking the sun and moon at them.
Mm-hmm.
That was cute.
I actually have her, but I never use her in this room, so I haven't seen these animations before.
Oh, look at that! Wait, actually, she's so cute.
Flossing the antlers.
Just a little electric guitar riff. I love her. I love every version. She's fantastic. Oh, Tantu. Oh, hello, PT. They're just a little too late to be hitched to this chariot. Those are some buff-ass reindeer.
Yeah. You fought them in campaign.
Have I?
Yeah.
When?
For the Christmas event?
Oh, I thought you meant while I was playing FGO. Sorry.
No, not in FGO itself.
Yeah,
You
buff
haven't played it
reindeer.
in Christmas events, to my knowledge.
Yeah, no.
Played Santa Christmas. You might have fought a couple of them.
I might have, I just don't remember. Hello, Chunk. Oh! Love that. I love a good blood splatter.
Oh, I forgot. She has an ability that actually buffs the field.
Aww. Electric guitar is back.
Gotta keep the electric guitar.
It is fantastic, so I approve. She just wants to come up on you. Okay, so it's the same from here. Good though.
Fun little mention I can throw out here before we get started on CEs. One of the most popular, possibly the most popular English FGO streamer is actually Finnish. So when this servant got announced, he lost his shit.
Yeah, I bet. Oh my god, the bear. Oh my god, the bear. No bear, I'm sad. I'm somehow very sad by the no bear. Oh my goodness. So cute. So cute. Okay.
IPG.
Oh, it's just because dude back there. Okay. Alright, no other extra art. We do have a fairly large amount of CEs. Yay. Okay. Unforgettable one. Having lost my name, having lost my life, I became nothing. I may be an imitation of the living me, even if I am merely a shadow of the dead me. There's one thing that I will never forget. The moment when he protected me from everything that tried to hurt me. The freezing, numbing cold, the wicked fangs, the vicious claws. Everything in that moment. Oh. Silver glittering snow goddesses. Is that Sakura and Rin?
Yes, though probably it's supposed to be Ishtar and Parvati.
Okay. Yeah. Pale white snow gently falls and piles up. You walk through a hot spring town brimming with nostalgia. When you turn to see who called for you, gorgeous goddesses dazzle your eyes. Snow viewing white chocolate. Oh. White chocolate delicately wrapped with a thin layer reminiscent of mochi. It melts in your mouth like snow. This delicacy was created in the simulator purely as data, or so one would think, but that's far from the truth. Turns out that Sitonai was making it in reality so that she could give it out to other heroic spirits. Now come on, let's go and give these gifts with her. It's too bad I don't like white chocolate. Halloween. Oh my god, it's so cute. Look at that shit. It's so cute. Heroic Spirit Festival wear, Sitonai, Halloween. It's got the Hippogriff, Medjed, Sparrow, Fu, Shiro, Sitonai. I saw the Sparrow and the Medjed and Fu. Didn't see everyone else. Okay, so it was together. Alright. Knit the Love. Oh. Deciding what color looks best.
You want to go check on that?
What the fuck was that? You little shithead. Be careful when you walk out. She did in fact throw up all over the floor. Deciding what color looks best or what shape is most appropriate, all so that their beloved will be warm and comfortable even in the cold. The thought put into this gift makes it all the more heartwarming. Oh, that's very cute. Yeah, she's back there.
Yep. She and Jaguar Man. You know how the original Carnival Phantasm had the Taiga Dojo post credits thing? She and Jaguar Man continue that in the Grand Carnival. Nice.
Oh my goodness. The perfect combo. Her purity is unmatched. Her nobility is unmatched. Refrain, refrain. Almost bow before the small one. None can raise their head. The one who sits upon the throne, brighter than 5 colors. She is the lord of our castle. It's with Herc! It's so cute. Oh, the lamp on the palm. Very adorable. And very new. Candles are lit in the icy forest. The girl picked up one and handed it to him. Don't forget, master, there is a light on any night, even on the freezing coldest nights. Each one is just a small flame, but when you look around, they form a path full of light. We've technically seen this before, but she's in here.
I see her.
Oh, right there at the bottom. Okay. Adorable. I expect much less here.
Yeah.
We have an April Fool's. Okay, we do have some extra art. Oh, she's so cute.
We might have some extra because this is the artist's first servant, so.
Yeah. Oh, Louis. Yeah, she's so cute. Like, actually, what the fuck? And then just 2 CEs. The Eagle Witch's Banquet. Oh. Oh.
No. That's a long one.
Celebrating the wedding of the sky smith Ilmarinen and his daughter, Louhi, the mistress of the north, held a splendid banquet. For the wedding banquet, a Karelian bull was prepared. Its horns were 100 fathoms long, its mouth 150 fathoms wide. Its yoke was so long it took a marten 7 days to run between its horns. A swallow could fly between its horns in a day without rest. From its neck to the tip of its tail, a summer squirrel could not reach it in a month's time. A bull so fat was slaughtered, but the amount of meat given to them was far from enormous. 100 barrels of meat, 100 fathoms of sausage, 7 boats worth of blood, 6 barrels of fat. The house, too, was built just for the banquet. The great hall was 9 fathoms long and 7 fathoms wide. It was so high that even if a cuckoo cried on the roof, its song could not be heard from below. It was so wide that even if a dog barked at the back, its voice could not reach the door. Louhi also brewed delicious beer. They boiled barley and hops in birch barrels. They stoked so much wood that the forests were thinned, and poured in so much water that the lakes ran dry. The fires lit up, and the white smoke rose up, covering half of Pohja and the whole of Karelia. People were so shocked that they thought it was a war signal. Oof. Salmiakki suklakaku. Oh. It's like opera cake. Valentine's chocolate from Louhi, a chocolate cake flavored with salmiakki. Luckily, even people who don't like salmiakki can enjoy this delicious treat. Berry mousse is sandwiched between 2 slices of white and black chocolate cake. The tontu are made of marzipan, and the reindeer and tent are made of cookies. Incidentally, Valentine's Day in Finland is known as Friends Day. It is a day to express gratitude to friends, give each other cards with hearts drawn on them and tulips, and eat sweets together. You share it with your close friends and friends you haven't seen in a while. Oh, that's very cute. This is adorable. This is adorable.
That just describes your thoughts across for both these servants.
It does. They're so cute. I love them. I love them a lot. I really do. Now I want more characters from the Kalevala. I want Ilmarinen. I want the other Kalevala characters. Van Moinen. Yeah, Van Moinen.
It is unfortunate we didn't have more for Freya, especially because that's the...
Yeah.
I know that's the one that you had the most investment in and the one that had the most easily accessible to you.
Well, I have a copy of the Kalevala, so I mean it's not the end of the world there. Arguably, Sitonai was the worst for me.
Fair enough.
And that's just because Ainu mythology is even less publicized than Japanese mythology in the West.
Yeah, so like there could have been like 15 more variants on that story that we just would not have access to.
Exactly. I guess, do you have a hint for the next servant?
Kinda, but not an obvious hint. But if we're gonna be covering a master character for the next servant, so let you guys can try to piece together who that will be.